Well, I think that we can get started. If anyone comes in, we'll catch them up. But my name is Juliet Schmidt. I am the marketing coordinator for Dining Services. I'm actually a Westchester University graduate myself. So any questions, all questions, I welcome. I'll do my best to help you guys with them. Thank you all for coming. So we will go over today. So the meal plan overview, selecting a meal plan, the Rambucks versus Flex Dollars, which we'll go in detail with. You guys can stop me at any time. Our location overview, our digital and social media channels, and then like I said at the end, we'll do a Q&A, but stop me at any point, anything you guys need. If you need me to go back a slide, just let me know. Okay, so here you will see our meal plans. So I do want to say the top 4 meal plans, on-campus students can only pick from these 4. So we have the Ultimate Plan, the Gold Plan, the Purple Plan, and the WUC Plan. So those come with unlimited, 14 a week, 12 a week, or 9 a week. They all come with 250 Flex Dollars, and they all have 5 guest meals. And then we have the 2 meal plans at the bottom, the Off-Campus Plan, which is 7 a week, still with that 250, and then an All Flex Plan, which is $150 in Flex. So these are with commuter and off-campus students in mind, but off-campus or commuter students can actually choose from any of these. So that's something to keep in mind. This Flex, which we'll get into, this will roll over semester to semester. Meals carry over week to week, so they're replenished on Saturday. And then the question about the plans being changed. So plans can only be changed the first 2 weeks of a semester. So after those 2 weeks, they can't be changed, but if your student gets to campus and they have the Purple Plan and they feel like they need a few more meals a week, they could always upgrade to the Gold Plan, but like I said, it is within those 2 weeks. So it's semester to semester, not year to year, so from the fall to the spring, they could always switch. Any questions on those for right now? Okay. So this is where we'll go over the Rambucks, the Flex Dollars, and all of that fun information. So we'll start with the Flex. So like I said, all of those meal plans come with $250 Flex. They carry over semester to semester. Hi guys. You guys can take a handout to follow along. Here you go. Thank you. You're welcome. So they carry over semester to semester and year to year. But upon graduation, if your student does not use the Flex, it's non-refundable. So just before they graduate, let them know to use up that Flex. And then Flex Dollars can only be used at Aramark locations on campus. So this is kind of where the difference between the Flex and the Rambucks comes in. So Flex is included with your meal plan, and it's only used at Aramark locations on campus.
So they can only use it for food, basically?
Yeah, so at any of our dining locations, they could use the Flex. So the Rambucks, this is where the Rambucks comes in. So you guys can load, or anybody can load Rambucks onto your student's Rammy card. So these can be used off campus as well as anywhere on campus. So they can be used at Giant, pharmacies, the food trucks, vending machines, different restaurants in town. These can be used off campus. You can load these at any time. You could check the balance at any time. So that's where the difference between those two come in. So you'll have to load the Rambucks. They don't come with a meal plan. So this is where the cash equivalency comes in as well. So the cash equivalency is $5.60. So this allows for the meal plan holder to exchange their meal for a cash equivalent of any specific item. So one meal swipe gets you into Lawrence. They could stay there all day. So that's where you guys were eating lunch. They could swipe in, that's one meal swipe, $5.60, that's it. So I use this as an example. Say your student goes to Chick-fil-A and their meal comes to $7. They could say, okay, I want to use a meal swipe and then the remainder with Flex, or the remainder with Rambucks, or with cash, with credit. Any method of payment they can use as well. Or they could use 2 meals. So everything's based off of that cash equivalency. So they'll always be asked what they want to use. So a cashier will always be able to, take what your student is saying. They'll never just pick from something. And then we also have our mobile ordering app, Tipingo. Has anybody ever heard of Tipingo? So we use it at Einstein, Starbucks, the Diner, Grillworks, Ramey's Corner, Sandwich Shack, Greens to Go, and Eco Grounds, which we'll go over. But this is kind of like an order ahead app, so your student has the Topingo app. They can click all of the locations that have Topingo, order whatever they want, and they just have to go to the pickup part of that location, show a cashier or someone that works there, this is my Topingo order, and they can pick up their order. So it's really, if they're in, they're going to class, it's something easy and quick, they can order ahead. Any questions on those, the difference between those?
So you said something about they can swipe for telling that they want 2 meals, right? Because earlier they said if they just want the one, if they swipe, then they would be giving them money at the.
So it's a little confusing. So it's based off meals. So they could say if they have a lot of these leftover meals, I said the meals roll over, so they can be like, okay, I need to use up some meals. I'm going to use 2 meals with this swipe. So it's not that they get that money, they're just using the 2 meals.
Oh, so that's what they meant when they said that you're actually giving them extra money.
Yeah.
But they're really just trying to use up.
Yeah, if they have leftover, and they could always, they could always check the balance of their Rambucks, they can always check the balance of their flex, so they could see like, oh, I have enough flex to do, a meal plan swipe and then a flex swipe. Or if I have meals left over, I'll use 2 meal swipes. Does that make
Without
sense?
using the flex.
Yep, you don't have to use flex, you don't have to use Rambucks. It's always what the student is telling the cashier. Yeah.
So they can use the swipe for anything that's on campus other than the food trucks.
Yep, with flex, yeah. And meal swipes can't be used at the food trucks, only Rambucks.
Food trucks.
Yep. Mhm.
So is the Chick-fil-A on campus? Because did you say you could use the flex for the
Yeah, you
Chick-fil-A?
could use flex and Rambucks at any location on campus.
So I didn't know the Chick-fil-A is actually on campus.
Yeah, so if you guys saw Psych Student in Rosedale, that's where I'll go over that in our location overview, but that's where it's a hub, it's Ram's Head Food Court, it's where all of those things are located.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll go next to our dining location overview. So the first one is Lawrence Dining Hall where you guys had lunch. This is where I said it's the 1 meal swipe, all you care to eat facility. So there's 12 stations, we do a rotating menu. We have vegan options, vegetarian options, allergen-free options available daily. So if your student has a dietary restriction, we're really accommodating to that. They could always ask us, ask our chef. We're really happy to help them with any questions that they have. We do weekly and monthly themed events. We post a lot of those on our social media. It's just a way to get students involved and to try some new things at the dining hall. We do a late night breakfast for finals. We do a fried food fest. So we do a lot of fun stuff like that. We have Chef's Table, which was actually where you saw Lindsay's Garden today. I'm not sure if anybody knows that, but so we do small plates that are crafted by our culinary team. So it's just something new and fun every day. Like last semester we had brisket, we had shrimp, sushi, we have sweets, we have Baker Bob, he was there today, I don't know if anybody saw him, but he did root beer float. So it's just something new and fun every day that your student can get. And then we do have the menus and nutritional content available on our campus dish site, which we'll go over as well. But your student can look every day and see what's on the menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Lawrence. And then next is that where the Chick-fil-A is, it's Ram's Head Food Court and our restaurants. So in Ram's Head Food Court in Sykes, there's the Chick-fil-A, there's Ramey's Corner, there's Grillworks, Sandwich Shack, Greens to Go, and Grab and Go Meals. So that's all in one hub. So they'll be able to go around to any of those in Sykes and grab that. We also have the diner, which is in Lawrence as well. That is open until 1 a.m. So that's we have games in there, TVs. So students can go in there. It's a diner menu, like burgers, fries, everything like that. We also have a juice and smoothie bar called Juiced Up. It's located in the Student Rec Center. We do fresh squeezed juices. We do smoothies. There's Gatorades, waters. So that your student actually doesn't need to be utilizing the rec center. They can go into Juiced Up at any time. And then next, our convenience stores, our pods. So on North Campus, which is where we are right now, this is North Campus, we have Larry's Market, which you also might have seen when you were walking into Lawrence. This is like a little supermarket, so they could get medicine, they can get shampoo, they can get boxes of cereal, milk, frozen meals. It's a little market. Like I said, they could use any of their methods of payment there. And we have 2 Pod Expresses, one in Main Hall, which is an academic building, and EA Bowl Center, which is another academic building. And then we also have 2 pods on South Campus. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with South Campus, but we have one in the Village, and then we have one in Sturzbecker, which is another academic building. So these pods, one is pictured down here. This is where you can get snacks on the go. We have coffee, we have soups there. That's another thing, if your student's going to class or they're in a bit of a rush or they just want to sit and relax, they can always go to one of our pods. Any method of payment there as well. And then our coffee locations. So we do have a Starbucks. It's connected to the library on campus. We have Einstein's Bagels, which is located in Lawrence as well. We serve Caribou coffee there. We have bagels, bagel sandwiches. Eco Grounds also, which is on the bottom floor of Sykes. So Ram's Head is on the main floor, and then Eco Grounds is on the bottom. So we also have coffee, in Lawrence and at the pods, but these are our 3 main coffee locations, which you could use. And then these are really popular for the mobile order to Pingo sales as well. So, like I said, your student will pick it up really quickly. They become familiar with their schedule, familiar with, what they like and where they want to go. So they'll pick it up very quickly. It seems like a lot of information, but it'll come quick. And then all of this is available on our website, our Campus Dish site, which I will give you as well. It's also on that handout that I gave you guys. So the Campus Dish site. So this is something that is really, really, really helpful to your students. So they could go on Campus Dish. We have every single dining location listed on there, the address of every single location, the hours of operation. We update the hours of operation from summer break to winter break to holiday weekends to spring break. So everything is always updated on there. They can go to that if they're not sure what time something closes. They can look that up on their phone. It's mobile friendly as well. So we do have all of the meal plan information on there, nutritional information. They can go on and see what's being served at Lawrence, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They could check out Lawrence and say, I might not be in the mood for that today. I'm gonna go to Sykes or I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A. So that's at the palm of their hand. They can look that information up at all times. We also have all of our contact information on there. So there's a contact us page. You could reach out to any of us, our emails, our phone numbers, any questions you guys have. Hi.
Would you guys be getting another Chick-fil-A on the campus?
No, so that's our only Chick-fil-A right now.
Because the lady said the line would be all the way around.
So it's very, very popular. But yeah, that's our only one for right now. I mean, who knows in the future what might happen. But like I said, it obviously has its downtimes. It's just Chick-fil-A, so people love Chick-fil-A. Any questions on the Campus Dish? So we also have our social media channels, which we love our social media. So we have Instagram, we have Twitter, and we have Facebook. These are our handles. So we post a lot on Instagram about what we're serving for the day, the events that we're having, monthly calendars. We do what's at Chef's Table every day. It's a really good way for us to engage with the students. They can always message us on any of these channels and we'll respond to them within 24 hours. So those are really good for your students to have, and even you guys as well, to just keep up with what's going on too. And then next we have our yourdiningvoice.com. It's our feedback site. So we appreciate any feedback, no matter what. We really take everything into consideration. So this will be, you could go onto this website, you fill out the location that you were at, you could take a short survey, tell us anything and everything that your student is feeling, what they liked, what they want to see more of, everything like that. We also do have little business cards with this information on it at each of our stations. So like you guys were in Lawrence today, there's Inspirations, there's the grill. They could always take a card and get that information on there and fill out a survey if they saw something that they really liked at the grill and they want to see it again, or at Inspirations they want to see it again. They can let us know. So next, we do have jobs on campus. So we have jobs and internships available basically everywhere. So we have a catering department. It's called New Street Catering. We're actually the exclusive caterer for the university. So we do department events with the president, events every day, all times of the day. We have jobs available at all of our dining locations, Chick-fil-A to Einstein's, everywhere. Some at our markets at Larry's. And then we have jobs available in marketing. So we have peer-to-peers. They help us with meal plan sales. They do events on campus. They get really involved with going out and, you know, talking with their peers and getting them involved in the dining experience on campus. We have good pay with potential for advancement, and we're very, very flexible. So we understand that your student is a student. Things come up. They have busy schedules, so we really we work with them with their hours. And then obviously no commuting. So if they're on or near campus, it's just a short walk away. All of our locations, everything's right there. It's not a part of work study, but if you go on aramark.com/careers, you can search by location, and all of our available jobs will be listed. And we also post our jobs on all of our social media as well. Okay, so we have 3 main things that we would want you guys to take away from us. I know it's a ton of information, but the first thing would be, you know, what's included in your student's meal plan. So they all come with a specific number of meals per week. They come with that 250 in flex. They come with, the flex can be used across campus, like I said. And we try to think of it as like a debit card for food. So they could just go and they could use all flex if they wanted. It depends. Where can my student eat? So Lawrence Dining Hall, which you guys is our all-you-can-eat facility, 1 meal swipe. They could stay there from breakfast to lunch to whenever they please. Rams Head Food Court, which has all of the Chick-fil-A, the Greens to Go, Sandwich Shack, all of those listed. Juiced Up, our juice and smoothie bar, located in the Student Rec Center. Eco Grounds, Starbucks, and Einstein's, our 3 coffee locations, our 4 pods in Larry's Market, and then lastly the diner. So those are all the locations that your student can eat. They're available online, they're in that packet, they're everywhere. And then third is the dining resources. So that campus dish site, that's listed right there. It's something that is really, really good for your student to utilize. It has a ton of helpful information on there. And it's always updated daily, every day. It's updated. And then lastly, our social media handles, which we have Twitter, we have Instagram, and we have Facebook. So those are the 3 things that we would want you guys to take with you from all of this information. But we also have these helpful links if you guys want to take a picture or write these down. We have our Westchester, our campus dish site. We have the RAM card site. So this is where you can find a lot of really good information regarding their RAM card. So it has a really good frequently asked questions page that answers a ton of questions about Rambucks, about their RAM card, what happens if they lose it, what happens when they have to buy a new one. All of the information is on there. My WCU, which you can go on and choose your meal plan, and then the Your Dining Voice, which is our feedback website.
So for the flex dollars, if we want to add, we can go online and add money for them?
Yep, so that and the Rambucks. And then you could always check the balance of those as well.
Okay.
So if you're not sure, if they're not sure how much they have left, they could always go online, type in their ID, and then they'll find it.
Okay, can you go back 1 slide?
Yeah.
So basically, the meal plan, anything up there, they can use for their meals,
Yep.
meal swipe.
Yep.
But where they can eat at, they not necessarily can use meal swipes, or they can.
Yes, they can.
They can.
Yes, so
but it may be a combination of
yeah,
meal swipes and flex.
it does depend on how many meals they have left or how much flex they have left. Like I said, they could have a certain number of meals roll over this week, and they'd be like, oh, I just need to use my meals. I don't need to tap into my flex, or I don't need to go into my RAM box.
Right. Okay.
So it just depends on what they have, and they can check that at any time. Yeah.
So, I mean, you said that you recently graduated, or you graduated from here.
Yeah.
Not sure how long ago, but how long did your flex dollars, how long did you see that it lasted you before either you had to re-up? Because
Yeah.
I graduated from here too. but
Yeah.
When we had flex dollars, you had to wait until the next semester to actually get your flex
Oh, got
dollars
it.
up. So you saying that now you can actually put more money onto it.
Yes, so I always had flex throughout my 4 years. So I would always increase if I needed Rambucks, more flex. So it just depends. I guess it depends on if you're more, you want to go into Lawrence more, or you want to go into Chick-fil-A more, and you use your meal swipes. You figure out if how many meals you have left, or if I'm at Chick-fil-A, I'm going to use a swipe and flex. So it kind of just depends on where they where they like to go to more. And I guess it
So
just
basically it's all
differs.
about budgeting, it's almost about budgeting your money.
Yeah, and some weeks they might have a lot of meals roll over, some weeks they might have not a lot of meals roll over.
So the meals can roll over week to week,
Yep,
but they don't roll over into semester. So you have to use all your meals within that semester.
yep. So,
As well as flex dollars?
no,
within
so
that
flex
semester?
rolls over as well.
Okay.
So, that's why we have that 2 weeks in the beginning of the semesters that you can switch your meal plan. So if they, they didn't get it within those 2 weeks and they realize, okay, maybe next semester I don't need as many meals, that's why they can always change. But yeah, flex will roll over semester to semester, year to year,
But not the meals. right?
not the meals, no,
And you can always change and go up or go down or either.
either. Whatever you're feeling like they're utilizing more or less, they could do whatever.
They can use their flex dollars in the bookstore.
They could use Rambucks in the
I
bookstore.
mean, Ram bucks.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
But that's all on the same card.
Yep, all on the same card. So, the Rambucks, that's the biggest difference I would say is, I mean, they could use the Rambucks anywhere on campus, but Flex is strictly campus. Rambucks, you could use it at restaurants in town, at Giant, at places like that.
All right.
It's a lot. I know. You could ask as many questions. It's a difficult.
So is the meal, are you saying the meal plan is the flex plan?
No, so we have one that's an all Flex plan. That's just $150 Flex.
So the $250 flex dollars, that's on here, that say you can put it, that goes with the meal plan,
Mhm.
right? That $250 can only be used on dining. Is that what you're saying?
The Flex, yeah, Airmark Dining. So that's another thing is someone said, well, I would rather just monitor the Rambucks because I want them to go through the Flex because it's included with that meal plan. You know what I mean? So Rambucks isn't included. That's just an added bonus thing that you could
Okay,
use.
that's what I'm trying to get at. So if he goes to the bookstore and wants to buy some snacks,
Mhm.
then he has to use his Ram bucks
Yeah, at the bookstore.
at the bookstore.
Mhm.
But if the $250 flex is basically only
Dining
for those.
locations. Yep.
Gotcha.
Airmark locations on campus.
I think so.
It's a lot.
So we wouldn't include the Lawrence dining room because that wouldn't be, that's not enough.
Not for the Ram bucks.
No, you could use, so Rambucks and Flex you could use at any dining location on campus.
Any dining.
Any dining location, yep.
How does the diner work? Is it like a regular sit-down restaurant?
Yeah, so it's located in Lawrence, so it's I'm not sure the maximum, but yeah, you sit down, you can put your order in through a screen. There's like milkshakes, there's burgers, there's fries, there's all that fun stuff, and there's TVs. We have Xboxes in there.
So
So-
when it comes to like 2 swipes?
Yeah, they could use whatever in there as well.
Isn't that attached to Lawrence?
Yeah, it's out in the front. It just says
Right,
the
so-
diner, but it's 2 separate locations.
Oh,
We
okay.
can do
No,
it.
I remember that. That's why I'm asking, because I'm like, well, if that's in Lawrence, wouldn't that include the one swipe, all you can eat, or no?
It's
So
2
the
different
diner is separate.
entries. Yeah.
You buy meal.
And
the
then-
diner's open late at night?
Yeah, that's open. Yep. And then so we have Einstein's in Lawrence as well. So it's different swipes, but they're all in that one building.
So
Yeah. Oh,
no, go ahead.
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm just like, if we did like the 12 meals and she only used 10, so 2 would go to the next week and so
Yeah.
on so
And say
on.
they went through them, replenishes on Saturday.
Okay, yeah, or that was the,
Mhm.
like, I don't think you will, but.
No, yeah, it
I
depends.
feel like
It's,
we'll keep adding and adding because it'll be like, oh yeah,
It is-
I'm going there once. if you're
yeah,
lucky, but
it is a
yeah.
lot of week to week. You know, they might. It just bases off their week and.
But then
like-
again, if it's on their swipe, that would be like something they could go somewhere else, like if it adds like another
Yeah,
swipe, because she
yeah.
didn't use 2 from last
Yeah.
week, so then she could totally, if she wanted to go to Chick-fil-A and it was 2 swipes,
Yep.
it would be okay.
Yep.
Alright.
I know it's a little. It's a lot of information.
Yeah, I think.
But
the
they do
first
pick it
one-
up quickly. Like I didn't even. You're used to it in the first week because you're going to these locations. You need to eat. You will figure it out.
I
And
think
they.
I'm worried about the flex.
Yeah.
Like, is that gonna go super fast? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't do 3 speeds. You know, like the flex, I think. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a
It's
little-
just. They just. It's. You know. You just have to monitor and. they'll learn really quickly, and
Well, they're gonna have to, because they're out here. When you say, I'm not sending you on no RAM card.
that's why, yeah, I'm not replenishing those RAM
Like,
bucks.
that's how you get money on the RAM card. You stay within your,
And then you get RAM bucks.
and then you get rewarded.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Listen,
And all of this is available on that Canvas Stitch site, and WCU has a lot of our information on there as well. Yeah.
I gotta give an example here. So,
Sure.
so let's say a student goes to the dining hall in the morning for breakfast. That's
Mhm.
one meal.
Yep.
And then she wants to go to Chick-fil-A for dinner.
Mhm.
That's a second meal. But
Mhm.
if I'm looking at like the 14 meal week.
Yep.
That would be 2 per day.
Yep.
But then if she wanted to go someplace later in the evening and she
Mhm.
already used those 2 meals, let's say, would it be good for her then to use the flex thing for like, I don't know, a piece of pizza or something?
Mhm.
Is that
So-
when you would use the flex?
It depends on how many meals she would
Okay,
have.
Okay, okay, she can
No,
stick
it's
roll over.
yeah.
Okay.
It's every location. So I went to Chick-fil-A. I did a swipe. I went to Lawrence. That's Lawrence. That's a new swipe. I went to the diner. New swipe. You're always gonna have to swipe when you're checking out or you're walking into Lawrence.
So the meals per week,
Mhm.
they can use 5 meals in one day and 1 meal in one day?
Yes. So what?
So that,
If you're
because I
hungry
get where
for
you're
one
going with
day,
that.
swipe,
So
swipe,
she
swipe.
eats 2 meals a day, but she has a 14 meal plan. Every time she swipes for a meal, it's gonna come out as a
Mhm.
meal.
But you can only use 2 meals at once. Like I want to use 2. You can't be like I want to use 5 meals. You
No,
know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
I was just going on her question. She
Yeah.
ate at the dining hall in the
Mhm.
morning, then she went to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Maybe she went to Chick-fil-A for lunch too.
Yep.
Those are 3 meals in that one day.
Yep.
But let's say Lawrence is having something good. Oh, I forgot, I wanna go there too. So she goes there.
Mhm.
That's another meal. I'm just asking.
No,
right?
yeah.
That's another meal swipe.
It's always
But then the
every
next day,
time.
she might eat only one.
Every time you go somewhere, swipe.
So you can potentially use all 14 of your meal swipes up by Wednesday. I mean, just
You could, yeah, if you run out for the week, then it'll get replenished on Saturday and they'll all come back.
What time on Saturday do you replenish? Is it like 8 a.m. or are we talking 6 p.m. Saturday night?
I will,
fair when you're gonna get the call, right?
You'd be like, no, I'm dying and my money doesn't come for another 4
I
hours.
will say it's rare, like, and that's what they'll figure out is it's very rare that they'll always be running out. Like at some point they'll be like, okay, like I'm gonna, do this day. This is with my class schedule. I'm gonna go to Lawrence. I'm right there.
Stuff in their rooms with
Yeah.
mac and cheese and whatever they're gonna
Yeah.
throw in the microwave.
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna be saying. You got that microwave? Use it.
Yeah.
It's just Saturday.
So when they swipe, is there something that allows them to monitor how many they have? Like, do they get a receipt that says your balance?
Yeah,
is,
so
or
they
put
can
it
ask.
online?
So the cashiers, they'll always ask what you want to use, and they'll, you're out of meals, you're out of meals. They'll always say like, oh, you
So
have
they'll tell
one
them
meal.
that they out of meal.
Well, they'll know, but I mean that they'll never just take from something. So they'll never just be like, oh, well, she looks like she wants to use Rambucks. Like, you know what I mean? They'll always ask your student what they would like to use.
But they have to request it. Like, there's not on the receipt. You have however.
No,
many
they'll say like, I would like to use like they're a Chick-fil-A, I'd like to use a meal and flexor. Okay, like this is gonna be it today. Like maybe I'll just use my 2 meal swipes.
But they'll know how many they have.
Yeah, they'll always they can
Now-
always check.
If they only get like the 14 a week, but then you said there's some carryover. If they had 3 from last week and 14 for this week, then technically they'll have 17 for that week.
Yep.
Okay.
But the thing is, so at the end of the semester, they could have
18 left over, it
Yeah.
falls off. They
They
lose
better
it.
be really hungry that day.
And we all come and we have.
yeah. So that's just something. But that flex will say they have 115 flex left. That'll go to next semester. But
But it's
not
still
the.
wasting our money because
But not-
we're paying for the meals.
Right, they're not using
You're
it.
gonna threaten them, you better eat. They'll be coming
Yeah,
home like.
they'll get used to it. They really will. It's you catch on very quickly. And then there's also a survey, guys, at the end if you would like to fill this out. It's a family and guest survey. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to stick around. If you need anybody's email, or if you want me to get your email, if you have any questions that you want me to answer at a later time, I'm more than happy to do that.
Is there a way we can go on and monitor what they're
So you can check. I could email you about the meals. I'm not quite sure about the meals, but the flex and the Rambucks you could look up.
Okay.
one of the four. One, two,
Yeah, so
three,
if they're
four.
on campus, it's
Yeah.
only those first four. But if they're off campus, they could choose from any. So say your student moved off campus next year,
Right,
they could still stay, if they loved their meal plan and it worked out great, they could get that meal plan again.
all right, but
Mhm.
if they're here, that's one to four, yeah.
Yep.
Go for it. All right.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah.